Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite doing everything right, your memory sometimes feels foggy, your thoughts a little slower, or your focus just not as sharp as it used to be? You eat well, you stay active, you try to live a balanced life, but something still feels off. What if the problem isn't aging itself, but something you've been told is helping you? Something so common that it sits quietly in millions of medicine cabinets, prescribed with good intentions, yet slowly stealing away one of your most precious gifts, your memory. Awareness truly is the first step toward healing, because what we don't know can quietly hurt us. Every day, millions of older adults take medications prescribed to help them sleep better, ease anxiety, control allergies, or manage bladder issues. These medicines, though well-intentioned, often contain compounds that interfere with one of the brain's most essential chemicals, acetylcholine. This neurotransmitter plays a vital role in memory, learning, and concentration. When it's blocked repeatedly over time, the brain begins to lose its sharpness. Simple things like remembering names, recalling words, or staying focused can slowly become harder. The tragedy is that many people never realize the connection between the pills they take and the fog they feel. They assume it's just part of getting older, a normal side effect of aging, but in truth, it's not. Once you start to understand that your medicine cabinet might hold more than just relief, you begin to see the power of knowledge. Knowing that some common drugs, like certain antihistamines, sleep aids, antidepressants, or medications for overactive bladder, can interfere with brain chemistry, gives you the courage to ask questions that matter. It empowers you to look beyond the label, to have honest conversations with your doctor, and to explore safer alternatives. You stop being a passive patient and start becoming an active participant in your own health journey. And that shift in mindset is powerful, because when you choose awareness, you choose control. You stop surrendering your health to habit or routine, and instead you begin to guide it with intention. It's not about fear or blame. Doctors prescribe these medicines to help, not harm. But medicine should always serve you, not control you. The body changes as we age, and what was once harmless in your 40s might not be so gentle in your 60s or 70s. The liver metabolizes slower, the brain becomes more sensitive, and the nervous system reacts differently. That's why it's so important to reassess what you take and why you take it. Every prescription, every supplement, every over-the-counter pill should be evaluated not just for what it treats, but for how it affects your overall well-being. Taking responsibility for your health starts with curiosity. Ask your doctor if your current medications could be impacting your memory or focus. Request alternatives that support brain health rather than compromise it. Sometimes lifestyle changes, like better sleep habits, a balanced diet, or light exercise, can replace the need for certain drugs altogether. And sometimes, the dosage or timing can be adjusted to reduce harm. The goal isn't to reject medicine, but to use it wisely as a tool, not a trap. When you become aware of what's really happening inside your body, you reclaim your power. You realize that aging doesn't have to mean decline. It means adjusting, learning, and taking ownership of your choices. Awareness transforms fear into action, confusion into clarity, and dependence into empowerment. A healthy mind begins with a nourished body, and every bite you take sends a message to your brain. When you choose foods that fuel your mind, you give yourself the gift of clarity, energy, and focus. The brain is made up largely of fat, and it thrives on specific nutrients that protect and repair its delicate cells. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in salmon, chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts, are like golden oil for the brain. They reduce inflammation, strengthen cell membranes, and improve communication between neurons. When your diet lacks these healthy fats, your brain struggles to perform at its best, and over time memory and mood can suffer. So nourishing your mind begins with small, intentional choices. Adding a handful of walnuts to your breakfast, drizzling olive oil on your salad, or enjoying fish a few times a week. Equally important are antioxidants, those powerful molecules that fight off oxidative stress, the silent enemy of aging cells. Oxidative stress can cause damage to brain tissue just like rust forms on metal, slowly dulling its shine and function. Berries, spinach, kale, broccoli, and green tea are rich in these protective nutrients. Their colours aren't just beautiful, they're signs of the healing compounds within. Every colourful meal is an opportunity to protect your memory and keep your thoughts sharp. The simple act of choosing natural, vibrant foods over processed ones can dramatically change how you feel and think. Whole grains, such as oats, brown rice, and quinoa, play a quiet but essential role too. They release glucose slowly into the bloodstream, giving your brain a steady flow of energy. Spikes and crashes in blood sugar can cloud thinking and cause fatigue, but steady energy supports concentration and creativity. The brain consumes nearly 20% of the body's total energy, so it's crucial to keep it well fueled throughout the day. A nourishing breakfast or a balanced lunch isn't just about satisfying hunger. It's about giving your mind the resources it needs to stay alert and alive. And then there's hydration, one of the simplest yet most overlooked keys to mental clarity. The brain is about 75% water, and even mild dehydration can cause confusion, sluggish thinking, and forgetfulness. As you age, your sense of thirst naturally decreases, so by the time you feel thirsty, your body is already in need. Drinking water regularly, sipping herbal teas, or enjoying fruits with high water content like oranges, cucumbers, or watermelon helps keep your brain cells hydrated and functioning smoothly. A clear mind begins with a hydrated body. Nourishing your brain isn't about strict diets or complicated routines. It's about choosing foods that come from the earth rather than a factory, meals that are colourful, balanced, and full of life. When you eat well, you think well. Each meal becomes an act of healing, each choice a step toward vitality. And over time, those small choices compound into something extraordinary: a sharper memory, calmer mood, and a mind that feels alive and capable, no matter your age. Movement is one of the most powerful forms of medicine available, and it doesn't come from a bottle or a prescription pad. It comes from you, from the willingness to move your body, to stretch, to breathe deeply, and to stay connected with the strength that has always been within you. Exercise is not just about muscle or mobility, it's about feeding your brain. Every time you move, you increase blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients that nourish brain cells and remove waste. This flow keeps your mind sharp, your memory active, and your mood elevated. Even gentle movement like walking, stretching, or practicing yoga can light up the brain and spark cognitive clarity that no pill can provide. As we age, it's easy to associate exercise with something we used to do, but the truth is, the human body is designed to move at every stage of life. The less we move, the faster we lose strength, balance, and focus. Regular movement tells your body that it's still alive, still capable, still strong. It signals to your brain that life is meant to be lived actively. You don't need hours in a gym or intense workouts to feel the benefits. A simple 20-minute walk around your neighbourhood, gentle stretches before bed, or a morning routine of slow movements can transform how you feel mentally and physically. When you exercise, your brain releases chemicals called endorphins, your body's natural mood boosters. These endorphins reduce stress, combat anxiety, and help you feel more optimistic. They also encourage neurogenesis, the creation of new brain cells, which means that with each step you're actually building a stronger, younger brain. Scientists have found that physical activity, especially activities that get your heart pumping, increases the size of the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. That means exercise doesn't just maintain brain health, it improves it. And beyond the science, movement reconnects you with your sense of freedom. Think about how alive you feel after dancing, how refreshed you are after a walk in fresh air, or how light you feel after stretching out tight muscles. Those sensations are reminders that your body is your ally, not your enemy. Movement is a conversation between your body and your mind, a way of saying, I'm still here. I still can. Each small act of movement, each stretch, each step, rebuilds confidence and reinforces the belief that age doesn't define ability. Balance and flexibility exercises are especially powerful for those over 60 because they strengthen stability and coordination, reducing the risk of falls and boosting confidence in daily activities. Yoga, Tai Chi, or even simple chair exercises can help restore posture, improve focus, and awaken parts of the brain responsible for spatial awareness. The rhythm of breath and movement together calms the nervous system, improves sleep, and lifts the fog that often comes with inactivity. The beauty of movement is that it's adaptable to you. Whether you're walking around your home, gardening, dancing, or simply standing up a few more times each day, every movement counts. Consistency matters more than intensity. What begins as a small daily habit soon becomes a lifeline of vitality. With every movement, your brain learns, your heart strengthens, and your confidence grows. The more you move, the more your life moves with you, reminding you that age is not an obstacle. It's an opportunity to honour the body that's carried you this far and to keep it thriving for years too. Come stress and loneliness are two of the most silent yet powerful forces that can harm both body and mind, especially as we grow older. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel anxious or tired, it actually changes how your brain functions. When you live under constant tension, your body releases high levels of cortisol, a hormone that, in excess, damages the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. Over time, this constant flood of stress hormones can dull your mental sharpness, slow your thinking, and even increase the risk of memory loss. That's why learning to manage stress isn't just about feeling calm, it's about protecting your brain, your clarity, and your emotional health. Finding peace begins with small, deliberate acts of calm. Deep breathing, even for a few minutes a day, can shift your body from stress mode into a state of balance. Breathing deeply tells your nervous system that you are safe and that it's okay to relax. Meditation, mindfulness, or simply sitting in silence can have powerful effects on the brain, reducing anxiety and improving focus. Spending time in nature, walking through a park, tending to your garden, or sitting by a window with sunlight on your face, helps regulate your mood and quiet your mind. Nature has a way of grounding us, reminding us that life is bigger and steadier than our worries. Connection is another vital ingredient in protecting your memory and emotional resilience. Humans are wired for connection, and when we isolate ourselves, our mental and physical health begin to decline. Loneliness increases inflammation in the body and has been linked to a higher risk of dementia and depression. But even simple, regular interactions can make a difference. Calling an old friend, joining a local group, volunteering, or attending a community event can reignite the sense of belonging and purpose that keeps the mind strong. Conversations, whether with loved ones, neighbours, or even strangers, stimulate the brain and create emotional warmth that no supplement can replace. Laughter, too, is medicine. It lowers stress hormones, boosts endorphins, and improves circulation. Sharing a laugh reconnects you to the joy of living and reminds you that even in challenging times, there's lightness to be found. Surround yourself with people who make you feel valued and understood, and let go of those who drain your energy or feed your anxiety. The company you keep has a direct effect on your emotional and mental health, and at this stage of life, peace and positivity are worth protecting fiercely. Gratitude ties all of this together. When you intentionally focus on what's good, your brain starts to shift its wiring. Gratitude releases dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals of happiness, and helps the mind find balance even in difficult moments. Writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day, or simply acknowledging them silently, strengthens resilience and fosters a calm mind. It's not about ignoring challenges, but choosing to see the beauty and meaning that still exist within them. Gratitude quiets the noise of worry and opens the door to joy, making every day a little lighter, a little brighter, and a lot more fulfilling. It is never too late to reclaim your mind, no matter your age, or how far you think you've drifted from the clarity you once had. The brain has an extraordinary ability to adapt and heal through a process called neuroplasticity, which means it can form new connections, strengthen existing ones, and even create new cells. This incredible truth proves that decline is not destiny. Even after 60, your brain is capable of renewal when you nurture it with the right habits, mindset, and awareness. The first step toward reclaiming your mind is believing that change is possible. Once you let go of the idea that aging automatically means losing your memory, your sharpness, or your independence, you open yourself up to growth that feels both empowering and freeing. Every day offers a chance to strengthen your mind. It might begin with reviewing your medications with your doctor to ensure none are dulling your cognitive function, or with small lifestyle changes like eating foods rich in nutrients, exercising regularly, and sleeping better. These aren't just physical habits, they are mental investments. Each healthy choice signals to your brain that it's time to grow, time to rebuild, time to thrive. When you move your body, challenge your thinking, and nourish yourself with good food, your brain responds like a muscle that's being strengthened through care and attention. Reclaiming your mind also means rediscovering your curiosity. The best way to keep your brain young is to keep learning. Read books that inspire you, explore a new hobby, or try to learn something you've never done before. whether it's painting, playing music, or learning a new language. Every new skill stimulates your brain's pathways and enhances memory retention. When you engage with life, you remind your brain that it has a purpose, and purpose is fuel for vitality. Mental activity isn't just about crossword puzzles or memory games. It's about curiosity, creativity, and staying engaged with the world around you. Equally important is maintaining emotional health. Your brain thrives in an environment of peace, optimism, and love. Negative emotions like resentment, regret, or fear can weigh down the mind, while forgiveness, compassion, and gratitude lift it up. Surround yourself with positivity, speak kindly to yourself, and embrace moments of joy, no matter how small. When your emotional world is balanced, your cognitive world flourishes too. A calm heart supports a clear mind. Reclaiming your mind after 60 is not about chasing the past, it's about shaping a brighter future. You've gathered a lifetime of wisdom and experience, and now it's time to use that strength to nurture yourself. Every mindful breath, every walk in the sun, every healthy meal, and every new thought you allow yourself to explore is a victory. You are not defined by your age. You are defined by your spirit and the choices you make each day. The journey to reclaim your mind begins the moment you decide that you deserve clarity, peace, and purpose, and that decision alone has the power to change everything.